Hello again. Over the past few years I've been on something of a quest to find the best value acoustic guitars on the market. That is, guitars that are good enough for professional work without costing an absolute fortune. You'll have gathered from other videos that I'm a big fan of the Walden guitars, which are excellent fingerstyle ones. That's particularly the top end Waldens. I've also tried Eastman guitars and I'm impressed by those, although I don't tend to find that they suit my style particularly. Having said that, an awful lot of you will probably be more interested in the Martin type of sound, if you're singer-songwriters in particular. There's a lot of choice. I've reviewed a Recording King already. I've got an old Johnson Carolina. They're very, very good guitars, but a lot of people criticise them for having a bit too much mid-range. There's the Blue Ridge guitars. Most of those, though, for me, have too narrow a neck. Personally, if I was looking for a guitar with the classic Martin vibe and tone, I would choose one of these. And these are the Stanford Performers. Sadly, they're no longer made, so they're quite difficult to get hold of. But if you can find one, I certainly strongly recommend that you pick it up if you can, because they really are great guitars. Now, Stanford's a German company. A lot of the guitars are made by František Furch, who also make the Stonebridge guitars, and they really are fantastic, really high quality, pro quality guitars. But some of the Stanford guitars are made in China. Now, these are amongst those, but I understand they were entirely handmade. The quality is extremely good. If there were any issues, I understand there were one or two, it was with the neck angle. But if you can find a good one, they really are worth finding. What's good about them? Well, they're all solid guitars, as in my opinion, really they need to be, because if you're going to have the sort of the tonal qualities, I think they need to be. This is the PSOM20. Which is, if you like, the lower spec OM spruce top, rosewood back and sides model, but it has everything it should. In fact, to be honest, having played the more expensive one, the PSOM28, personally I prefer this because I think it's braced rather more lightly, and to my ears it sounds better. As I say, spruce top, rosewood back and sides. You get a 45mm nut on these. The neck is very comfortable, but they're very lightly braced and they just sound fantastic. They have that real classic Martin scooped tone, and if you check the online forums you'll find that a lot of owners consider these sound at least as good as a standard Martin, costing what in this country at least 2 or 3 times as much. So this would easily compete with a Martin of sort of £1,500 in this country, the UK. Okay, well I'll just set up for recording now and give you a little listen to it. Right, so now we're set up for recording. There's a fair bit of punch in this guitar, very good projection. Sorry, I'm afraid my fingers are a bit cold, but hopefully you get the idea. In my opinion, there just isn't a better sounding guitar in this price range, especially if you're after that Martin tone. Why pay more for a real one when there's there's a guitar that sounds as good as this for a fraction of the price. That's my personal opinion.